All right, guys. Coach Aaron and I are here today to to talk about the Barbell Club, but more specifically to talk about how we're really excited to be bringing the barbell into the class or offering it to those of you guys that are maybe trying to focus on the barbell a little bit more. Before we get into that, though, let's kind of talk about where the Barbell Club is right now and what is the next competition coming up.
Yeah, so we're actually, now that I think about it, we're coming right up on 2 years that the Barbell Club's been running again. So it's pretty wild to see how much change has happened just within 2 years. Really recently we've been in the heart of competition season. So beginning of March, I went up to the Arnold. We both went up to the Arnold. Got to compete there. Me personally competing, qualified for American Open Finals for the first time. So that was an awesome experience. But honestly, the highlight of the weekend was being there with my team and having a couple athletes compete as well. Cody, Mako athlete, competed in his second ever weightlifting meet and qualified for nationals. He's going up against the big boys, and then got a ton of time coaching under my belt. Coached a lot of sessions during that weekend, so that was awesome. And then turned right back around. We just came back from Tampa, so went down to Tampa with Heather, Meg, and Chaz, and they all crushed it. So 3 athletes, 3 people qualifying for national level meets, two at the junior level, and 1 Heather qualified for AO finals.
Yeah, it's super awesome. Those of you guys that haven't experienced coaching in the back at a weightlifting meet, I believe it really brings into focus the coach athlete, relationship and responsibility to one another. I really like coaching at weightlifting meets. You get to really obviously you're controlling how quickly they're warming up and timing it up, but then you also get to work between the ears, on how we're making this next lift. So I'm looking forward to helping out at these future meets. I do like to coach in the back. I know weightlifting is it's actually what I like to really coach on meet day. On meet days are really fun, so I'm looking forward to that. Let's kind of talk about those of you guys that are in class that maybe you're not really sure if you want to compete in weightlifting. That's totally fine, but maybe you want to get better at the lifts. I can tell you when it comes to the class programming, we do want to get stronger. It is a main focus of strength building and power building, but a lot of times we're not really trying to push on the technicalities of the snatch or the clean and jerk, which you need to do in weightlifting. So therefore, you guys have a good base and strength and you understand some of the movements, but it's definitely if you really want to get better at the movements, it's going to have to be outside of class. So Aaron, kind of tell us about the program that you got coming up.
Yeah, I've looking at just how the Barbell Club's evolved over the last 2 years. When we first started it, we really did have a heavy emphasis on supporting the CrossFit athletes, and that first wave of athletes to join the Barbell Club were doing it on top of class, but I didn't really have a very good system for it. It was, hey, I'm writing programming for weightlifters and people that like more of a competitive program. It's 5 days a week. It was trying to manage that volume and figure out who's doing what day. And, to be fair, some of the more beginners in that group probably struggled through the programming because it was set up for somebody who knows what they're doing, could handle just a little bit of eyes-on, hands-on feedback when they're in there lifting. And it really just was one of those things where I was looking at, hey, I don't think that's the best solution. So looking at this as more of the fundamentals of weightlifting and more of a teaching moment. So want to start doing a barbell foundations class that we're going to run 2 times a week.
Yeah, so in this, again, going back to what you just said, the difference here, if you guys were able to partake in it, very programming oriented, which is good, but realistically, any program, programming is whether it's good or not, it's really how you're implementing it or how you're executing as an athlete. And so this program is really focused more on the teaching and the eyes-on aspect. Now, what time, do you have a time set or days that this is going to go on?
Yeah, tentatively it's set that I'm going to do this on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It'll coincide with that last class of the night, so at 6:15 on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah, so 2 days a week. All right, we're looking at 6:15 at night. What if somebody wants to get better at the barbell though, but maybe they're a morning person? What do we think there?
Yeah, I definitely, you guys see me at the gym all the time. I think for those people that can't make the foundations class specifically, I'm one-on-one time. That's what it would be. I'm here in the morning, I'm available in the mornings, but as far as a physical class there, if there's a need and we have enough people in the morning, absolutely we can make that a class, but that would probably be more on an individual level.
Yeah. So if they are in the morning and we're like have 10 people, 5 people that are trying to do it, we easily can put a class there. So again, we're going to tentatively do this at night, but if there is a need for the morning, like, just reach out to us and chime in, and we'll definitely try to make sure that you're getting the right, approach to how you're trying to get to your next goal, whether that be, like you said, individual or in that group. Okay. So, awesome. So what are we looking for? Start date, duration, things like that.
Yeah. So in terms of the start date, I want to run just like a free week of this starting next week. So starting on Tuesday next week, that'd be Tuesday the 4th or whatever Tuesday is next
cool.
week.
So totally free. Just come in,
totally
check
free.
it out.
Come in, check out what we're going to be doing. And I think Brandon kind of touched on it when we're throwing the snatch and the clean or the jerk even into class. It's, hey, we're hitting the big hitters. We're warming the muscle groups up. We're giving you the 1 or 2 movements to get the kind of the groove, the grease the groove, and this is going to be a little more in depth. So a lot of those like little individual cues that you can receive, a lot of just the individual drilling and things that we can do, and really honing in on positions and the mechanics of things. That's what we're going to be doing during this hour. So it's going to be a full hour of technique and specifically focusing in on those movements.
That's awesome. Yeah. So we have 2 days a week. We're going to run it. It's going to basically just be about really getting time and coaching specifically in the barbell lifts. Is there anything else that people can expect?
Expect for you to do some things that are uncomfortable and maybe out of the ordinary from what you've experienced up to this point. There's a lot of things that we just don't either have the time, or maybe some coaches maybe don't have the experience to really break down and get to. That's what we're going to get. So, be willing to get uncomfortable, be willing to, do some things that you might not have experienced, and you'll see the reward.
Awesome. Again, guys, that first week is totally free. We are in the middle of trying to raise funds for these younger athletes that have made nationals, and this program is going to go towards that. So if you do end up signing up for that program, we are putting those funds to getting them to nationals. So I hope you guys are interested. And if you guys have any feedback as far as when or if you need an adjustment at that time, we do want to try to make it a priority to get everyone in there, because we talk about building the room and having a room of people that are all at the same pace and all trying to get better. It's really important. So we don't want to spread this out throughout the day, but if there is a need in the morning, we can look at that and discuss that then.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, let's get it.